Okay, so apparently you can't share any more links, or maybe it never worked. It was ChatGPT 3.5 that gave me that advice to take the link and just share that on social media. Yeah, and that obviously didn't work because ChatGPT 3.0 is a lying SOB. But ChatGPT4 said that I should make a screenshot of this, but unfortunately it's too long, so I will just scroll through it and read it to you guys. So I asked ChatGPT some typical interview questions, right? So this premise is, this is me then, JavaScript, let x and y be two arrays of strings with no duplicates. How do I find a list that contains all elements that are either part of x and y but not both, right? So fairly abstract problem, but let's see if he understood here, or it understood what I mean. Yes, it restates the problem, and it says like it will create an array results that will contain what I asked for, right? And here's the code for it. And here's the breakdown of the code, right? So it explains why it's putting in these things, and what it's doing, right? So that's great. But like you will see here that this algorithm is not very good in reality, right? So in an abstract problem like that, and I don't really give any context on like how large are these arrays, right? So this will work just fine with this toy example, but it could completely blow up when x and y are very large arrays. So I ask then, like, assume that x and y are sorted. Is there a faster way to do this? Like a leading question, perhaps, right? But yes, very confident. X and y are sorted, then you can do a more efficient one, right? Then you have something that just scans through them, right? So very fast. And this is pixel perfect. It just paste this and it does exactly what it says on the tin, right? The algorithm has a time complexity, and this is the great stuff. It also compares then this new concept that it's talking about, time complexity, compares the previous example, what kind of time complexity that had, and why it had it. So this is a complete home run. You just send this in an interview question, and you would be hired, basically, right? If that was all the questions they were all about. But these are typically standard questions, variation of this, and it can replace, it understands like variable names and these things, it abstracts that away, so it's really good. Yeah, and then I completely turned the context here and asked them like, yeah, the setting is now Star Wars. Suppose GPT4 is Luke Skywalker and Stack Overflow is Darth Vader. What would Darth Vader and Luke have to say to each other? Make it into a funny meme. So the scene is, I can't do the voices here, of course, but pretend now we are inside a Death Star in front of a computer terminal, and Darth Vader and Luke are having a discussion, right? So Darth Vader says, and remember, Darth Vader is Stack Overflow then. Luke, I find your lack of code examples disturbing. But Father, I am an AI language. I can generate code on the fly. Impressive, but your knowledge is limited to September 2021. The force is not strong with outdated information. True, but I can adapt to a different context, generate creative solutions, and even make memes. Join me, Luke. Together we can rule the galaxy of developers, fixing bugs and answering questions for all eternity. I will never join the dark side. I am here to bring balance to the programming world, not to create endless loops of confusion. Well, it's not super funny, but it's a little bit fun, I think. And given just how amazingly good everything is here from start to bottom, this is like a game changer. It's a step function in improvement of technology. Like what we had basically was like, this is like completely different order of things, how good this stuff is and how useful it is.